Now, you have heard of Imran Hashmi, the serial kisser. In this report, we will introduce another Hashmi to you. Take a look.
This man that you see on your screens is a hoodwinker. A master hoodwinker, we must say. He had succeeded a great extent in fooling no less a person than the DC of Raichur. But as they say, even the best of criminals leave behind a clue, and this trickster was no exception. Now he is behind bars, repenting his act. So what exactly did this fellow do? And what was his modus operandi, and how did his illegality come to light? Here are all the details. July 4th, 2014. Around 5 p.m. The DC of Raichur, Vijay Jyotsna, was busy with her work. Around 5 p.m. on July 4th, she received a fax which stated that an official by name Kabir Hashmi, Deputy Secretary of Ports Authority of India, Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs, Government of India, would be paying a visit to Nehru Yuva Kendra on the 7th of July and also sought accommodation for him and his deputy. DC Vijay Jyotsna immediately made arrangements for his reception. She in fact booked a spacious room for him and his deputy at a guest house on Mantralia Road. And on the day mentioned, that is on the 7th, Kabir Hashmi and his assistant Sarvesh arrived on the Karnataka Express. They were received with a lot of care and taken to the guest house in an official car. At 11 that day, Kabir Hashmi met the DC at her office. And the DC, who assumed Kabir Hashmi to be an IAS officer, welcomed him with a bouquet. Both had a long chat, and it was during this chat that Kabir Hashmi informed the DC that he was a 2007 batch IAS officer, to whom another IAS officer by name Rashmi was extremely close.
Deputy Secretary from Government of India ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಕರ್ಟಸಿ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮಾತನಾಡುವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಇವೆ, ಜೆನ್ಯೂನ್ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ಮಾಹಿತಿ.
After the chat, Kabir Hashmi and his assistant were sent to Nehru Yuva Kendra in the official car. Well, as Kabir Hashmi was on an official visit, he even called up the DC and told her that the Kendra was in a very bad shape. At this juncture, the DC began to grow suspicious of Kabir Hashmi. In fact, she even called up the IAS officer Rashmi, who Kabir mentioned, and spoke to her about him. Rashmi on her part said that she did not know anyone by name Kabir Hashmi. Later, she even called up the Department of Youth Affairs and sought more information about him. And they too said that they were unaware of anyone by name Kabir. Immediately, she called up the police. They rushed to the guest house in which Kabir and his assistant were put up. On inquiring him, he confessed that he was indeed a phony officer. The police also recovered an amount of 15 lakh rupees and a lot of fake documents from them.
Our behavior doubts idu admele madam immediately ಪೊಲೀಸ್ಗೆ ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು ತರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇವರು ಫೇಕ್ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Not just this, Kabir has also confessed to the police that he has cheated a number of youths by promising them jobs and accepting huge sums as fees. The police have also arrested another person by name Zabedullah, who had been assisting Kabir in his acts. Sidhu Biradar for News 9, Raichur.